it's no secret. Got my red lipstick and all my secrets. I can carry it by myself. I don't need your help, 'cause on the ground floor of the penthouse suite, I can lug everything up with me just one step at a time. But all you do is whine. Honey, you just see me for my baggage, but I could be the whole package and so much more. I don't need your help with unpacking, don't need your help dragging my wagon through any doors. Oh, but since you pack so light, it should be easy to go. Don't leave a thing, just hit the road. It takes more than a carry-on to look this way. Do you think Dolly lives out of one suitcase? If you can't handle my crown, then get back to the playground. Honey, you just see me for my baggage, but I could be the whole package and so much more. I don't need your help with unpacking, don't need your help dragging my wagon through any doors. Oh, but since you pack so light, it should be easy to go. Don't leave a thing, just hit the road. So go on, get gone. Since you pack so light, it shouldn't take long. You could have been blessed by this mess. It turns out you're just like the rest. So go on, get gone. Since you pack so light, it shouldn't take long. You could have been blessed by this mess. It turns out you're just like the rest. 'Cause honey, you just see me for my baggage, but I could be the whole package and so much more. I don't need your help with unpacking, don't need your help dragging my wagon through any doors. Oh, but since you pack so light, it should be easy to go. Don't leave a thing, just hit the road.
Wow! You are awesome!
Thank you.
Well, hey, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. It's July, right? Now, some people have been going, hey, why didn't you guys not do a show last week? And I'll tell you why. Because the way this year worked, we wanted to have our July featured artist in July. And see if, and because with all the off months and stuff like that, we skipped 1 week like the timekeepers of old, right? To keep the continuity going. So welcome to our July 5th show featuring the amazingly talented Rachel McIntyre Smith. Now, first of all, we welcome you guys to comment. Let Rachel know what you think of her songs. If you have any questions about her craft and so on, hey, we welcome that stuff. The more the merrier, right?
Absolutely.
So, and also we want to appreciate you guys for watching. And if you don't already subscribe to our YouTube channel or blah, 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 make sure you go and do that stuff. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
So anyways, we met a couple of months ago. Well, it's actually been more than a couple of months ago.
I know, it feels like a couple of months, but
I know.
It's been longer.
In February, we were at... Okay, so Rachel was a contestant in the Tennessee Songwriters competition. I thought she did a phenomenal job.
Well, thank you.
No, fantastic job.
You.
You know, really all the artists, for the most part, really showcased how full of talent Tennessee really is.
Yeah, and it was a really awesome venue too to be in
the
that
courthouse.
space.
Yeah, that is a big. You know, it's a very historic thing. And this month they're going to have the Scopes Trial play.
Yeah.
So for all you history buffs, if you're out in the Ray County area towards the end of July, they do a reenactment of the world famous Scopes Trial. Or monkey trial, some people like to know it. But so in that room, we had some amazing local songwriters, and Rachel was one of them. And now, unfortunately, you didn't win that round. But
well, it was actually kind of crazy. They called me the week later and realized that they had needed to pick 4 and not 3. So they called me, and I did go on to the next round.
See, they knew talent. They knew it. They knew it. I knew it. But, you know, I chose not to be a judge this year. I was a judge the last time, okay?
It must be difficult to pick between different songs.
Okay, here's the problem. And I'm just going to give you a little inside information, okay, that you're not supposed to know. So the judging for me, I'm listening to the song and how it's crafted. I'm like, oh, that's clever. That's cool. Look at what they did there. But their actual grade is on stuff like audience participation. And so really, if you were like a Ray County cheerleader and you go out there and you know how to get the crowd out, technically that person could win. And I'm going, which, again, no offense to Tony Basil, the whole cheerleader. I mean, it's like, so, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I look at it as a craft, okay? So you get some people that might not look the part, okay? Yeah. I mean, not for nothing. If you guys are music fans, did you see some of the stars back in the day, like Freddie Fender? There's no way Freddie Fender would ever be a rock, a country star in today's marketplace. Now it's so much drawn with looks, and you're a very lovely young lady. But what I mean is, it's like the presentation. It's less about the song craft. Most of them aren't even writing their own songs. Yeah, and it's more about just the getting out there and engaging, right? So that was one thing, and so many people that I saw that I'm going, that was a good song. And then they didn't get immediately picked. I'm almost like looking over going, come on, that was really good. And but the other thing too is because I'm such a music fan, I chose to not be involved with it because I love all y'all, you know, and I don't like judging art. It's like, come on, man.
Well, you did a great job running the sound. I know for things like that, it's so difficult because you have so many different people coming in with different instruments and different levels, but you handled it great.
Well, thank you. Hopefully, again, this is something I've been working on. I'd like to turn that room into a venue.
No, that'd be a cool place.
We're trying to get some participation from the government. The problem is it's an election year. Oh. And I don't know if you followed, but there's a real contentious elections going on right now. So anything, no one's going to, so it'll be next year if anything happens at all. But hey, here's to hoping, right? And Main Stage is right here for you guys. So, I mean, that being said, let's get back to you. All right. Okay. So you've been playing, I can tell, for a long time. When did you get started?
So I started with piano, actually. I started when I was in 3rd grade. I picked up piano because I was always that kid that was trying to get like the best grade in class and all this stuff. I'm sure it was really annoying to everybody that was in class with me. But the girl who would always go back and forth with me at getting the highest grade, she started taking piano lessons. So I knew if I was going to like reign superior in 3rd grade, I had to start taking piano lessons. And I did, and realized that I loved music so much, and that's how I got started. So.
See, that's what I needed to do with my kids. Instead, we forced them into piano as part of their education. And then when they got into school, I don't want nothing to do with this piano business. And so, whatever. They're both very good, but they just choose not to do it. Okay, so then how did you segue into guitar? I mean, was that just kind of like a high school thing like a lot of us?
Well, I started piano whenever I was in 3rd grade. Then I joined marching band, played clarinet. Then I taught myself guitar whenever I was 16. And my mom is an English teacher, so she had me writing whenever I was 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, just writing poetry. So once I started playing music and playing guitar especially, writing the poetry and playing music just sort of blended together.
Gotcha. So she was one of those that, here's some Chaucer, write a song for me, right?
Well, she was more just like, do whatever you want, creative writing type of thing.
You should have done the Bartleby the Scrivener and said, I'd prefer not to. See, that's only a joke that literary people are going to get. I mean, like obscure Melville references, I don't know how they connect here. So anyways, all right, so now you definitely describe yourself as an Americana singer-songwriter. I can hear it. You got the sass.
Oh,
I like that.
You.
Now you used to be in am I allowed to gender this? I mean, it's an all-female group. Okay, I don't know what the rules are. And so it was called Queenston.
It was.
Now, I remembered you. Okay, now again, because she was like, well, I used to be. And I'm like, I know this because I followed your career, if you want to call it that. But it was really cool. Okay, I really enjoyed y'all's music. It reminded me of a less... Okay, there's a group that I like called the Highwomen.
Oh, love the Highwomen.
Oh, they're awesome. If you guys haven't seen the Highwomen or checked out any other stuff, their version of, I guess you want to say Highwayman by the Highwaymen, Johnny Cash and all those cats. I like its version better.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I know I'm going to get grilled by some of y'all for that comment.
I don't know if it's better, but
It's better.
It's just as good in my opinion.
Hey,
It's
when
really
Johnny Cash is on a starship.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
that's
like,
funny.
dude, get out of here with that stuff.
Yeah.
But I like the references better. You know, she was a healer and she was a freedom rider. I think it's stuff that more people can connect with. I don't know. I thought it was more sung with more passion. This is my opinion as a music fan.
Yeah.
Okay. But now that being said, it reminded me a lot of that. And I think the time was right for it. But now Queenston is no more.
Yeah. It was one of those things, you know, it was very difficult during the pandemic to all get together to practice all the time. We still play together and but it was just, you know, forming a band, you have to have the exact same visions, the exact same like amount of time you want to put into it. And we were all sort of in different places in our lives.
Okay, I understand.
But yeah, we're all still really good friends and we all play together occasionally still. So yeah, actually in a few weeks, Emerald Butler and Ivy Carter and I are going to be playing at Puckett's Market on Signal.
Oh, that's
Mountain
cool.
together,
I love
so.
that venue.
Mhm.
And by the way, Emerald was on this show just a few scant months ago.
Yeah.
So if you want to know who she's talking about, make sure to go back and watch the Emerald Butler episode.
Emerald's
She's awesome.
incredible.
Oh, she really is. You know, multi-instrumentalist and just, man, awesome. Emerald's a
Yeah.
great person. You know, that's what we love about her. So now that being said, so your inspiration for writing music. Now I heard in that last song a little, I guess what I would call the female insecurities. Okay. Is that fair? Because it's like I hear some lyrics about, you know, well, if you don't think this is the total package, then whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting there going, well, who would think that? And I've learned from being married for 25 years that women think that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's just what makes you all great. But, you know, I kind of sense some of that stuff. Was that written from any kind of specific place? I mean, did you have an experience there?
I dated a guy who told me, he broke up with me because he said I had too much baggage. And so I was like, you know what? I could be the whole package. He just doesn't see it. So that's how that song came to be. And I just twisted it to be a more fun, upbeat song than, you know, just ruminating on the fact that he said I had too much baggage.
Yeah. You know, and I'm going to say this. That dude was just way off. Okay, baggage. I mean, who uses that term anymore? Come on, man.
Yeah.
You can, no, that's fine. At least you got a good song out of it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So that's great. Well, I mean, speaking of songs, I know we got people watching to hear the art. They don't want to hear this fat guy yammer and stuff like that. How about you play us another one of your tunes?
Absolutely. Okay, so this next song I'm going to play for y'all is a song that I just released this past month.
Ooh.
And it's called Glory Days. And it is the lead single for my debut EP, which will be out September 30th. And it's the title track from it as well.
Oh, that's cool. We'll talk about that after you finish the song. Thank you.
Memories are like Tennessee fog. They keep you from moving on. Wishing the sun didn't fade away, leaving you trapped in the glory days. I'm still surprised when girls my age have babies, and when folks I know have not. My coming of age didn't soothe or save me. I moved away but never moved on. Was life that good, or has it just gone downhill since? Do I miss being young or the ignorance? Memories are like Tennessee fog. They keep you from moving didn't fade away, leaving you trapped in the glory days. I romanticize a life that I couldn't wait to leave. It just seems so much better now that I know what was coming down the pipeline for me. And I know what to say, and I know what to change if I had the chances. But I guess growing up is learning to live with the pomp and changing circumstances. Memories are like Tennessee fog. They keep me from moving on, wishing the sun didn't fade away, leaving me trapped. Why did the sun have to fade away? 'Cause now I'm trapped in the glory days.
Wow. You know, I loved the simile of the Tennessee fog thing. Because anyone who's not from around here, the fog really is one of those things where, I mean, I found myself sitting practically still on Highway 27 going, okay, I cannot literally see in front of my bumper.
That's
and
where
so,
the line came from.
Oh, really? Wow.
When I was in the midst of writing the song, I was coming back home from church on a Sunday, and there was like a standstill traffic on 27, and it was because of the fog was so dense, and I was like, well, this is perfect. This works for the song.
Oh, yeah. You know, and even like the scriptures talk about how life is like a mist or a fog, you know. You see it, and it thinks, you know, like, oh, man, this is never going to, and then it's gone, right? So, no, what a cool song.
Thank
now,
you.
I mean, this is a new EP that you released. Now, how many tracks are on the...
There will be 6 tracks on the EP.
Okay.
One of them I've already released previously, and then Glory Days will be on it, and there'll be 2 more singles, and then it'll be out September 30th.
Okay, so are you on iTunes and...
The whole works.
The
iTunes,
works?
Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube.
Well, hey, and now
everywhere.
you're on YouTube, right?
Exactly.
So you can share this right here and
Yeah.
whatever. And okay, that's really cool. Now, do you do physical media anymore?
Like printing CDs.
Like, I mean, do you get out and play? Do you do gigs and
Oh,
then
absolutely.
you do? Okay. And then do you have
Absolutely.
stuff where people can like who've connected with your performance can be like,
Yeah.
do you got something to sell? I mean, do you still do the CD thing?
Yeah. I am going to hopefully get all of the songs back by the end of this week and then send off to get CDs pressed for it. And since I do my own like graphic design, that sort of stuff, I'm going to be designing some t-shirts and they'll be available for sale. And
That's
so,
cool.
yeah, I'm
so
really
you
excited about it.
Did you go to school for graphic design or you just got to
Well,
flair
I
for
went
it?
to school for communications, so I learned how to do all the photography, videography, graphic design, web design, all that
The works.
stuff. The works.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't. I didn't go to school for this. This just, this is like Ben Franklin said, necessity is the mother of invention.
Well, this is very impressive. So, I mean,
Hey.
the fact that you were able to teach yourself all this stuff.
I got a
pandemic.
trophy wife to, you don't need her running off, right? And she's like, I only hang out with dudes who can learn live streaming stuff and feature amazing local artists like Rachel McIntyre Smith. So I have to say, I'm a little, we've got a fair amount of viewers, okay? But nobody has, they're just so intrigued with your, and I have to say, your music I could easily see with just a hint of production on it, which I'm sure the CDs have, okay? could be just like that chill music.
Oh, thank
like
you.
one of those Tennessee, like heavily raining in the daytime. We can still see a little bit of light coming through, but you're like, well, I ain't mowing the grass today, you know? And you just drop the needle on a Rachel McIntyre Smith album and be like, oh, yeah. You know, life is good, right?
You.
No, I mean, it's a very chill. I dig it.
Yeah. Well, maybe you're just you're asking all the right questions. You're taking the questions right out of the viewers' mouths.
I'm sorry. If that's the question, if that's what's going on, I apologize. But, you know, the other thing is...
such a good job.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, make sure that you guys are... you know, following her on all her socials. I assume you're on all that. Yeah. And then keep an eye out. Now, are you playing any kind of gigs here soon? I know that there's a lot of great music venues for what you do in our area. I've seen, what is that place? 1883 Grill.
Oh, yeah.
And I know we talked about you being in the Chattanooga Market recently. Mm-hmm. And then Puckett's, you mentioned that one coming up. Mm-hmm. Do you have kind of like a little circle of places that you frequent, or?
Yeah. My favorite place to play in Chattanooga is Songbirds. I've gotten the opportunity to open
there you go.
A lot of shows there. And so that's my favorite. It's just a really cool place to play, surrounded by all of the history of the guitars. I had the opportunity to play at the Signal, which was really awesome. That venue is also really cool.
My wife actually choked a guy there.
Oh, wow.
So we went.
Is this a live stream friendly story?
Oh no, it's perfectly fine.
Viewers would love
so
to hear
I mean,
this.
one thing, if people know, you know, I love rockabilly music. Okay.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So the Reverend Horton Heat was there.
Yeah.
Killer show. Mm-hmm. So naturally, we had to go, and we were, of course, muscled our way up. It's public seating, so you muscle your way up to the front there, and a friend of ours, who has you know, who is differently abled and he's in a wheelchair and so on, was up front, and he's a huge fan. And actually, Jimbo, the bass player, knows him because he's at every show, and so Jimbo's communicating with him, and so he's a great guy. Chad, great music, you know, a live music supporter and so on. Well, anyways, so we're enjoying the music, and they were original Sub Pop, you know, artist, which was, of course, the early grunge stuff. So like, anyways. So there's going to be some moshing. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. But you have to kind of, at a certain point, respect your surroundings. And when you got someone who is differently abled in a wheelchair, you don't want to be swinging fists around this. Okay. So, and I'm standing there, and I'm also kind of being the man. Okay. And just being like, okay. Well, there was some dude, you know, and you know the guy, chin strap beard, you know, way too many natty ices or whatever kind of stuff, you know, those kind of people are drinking, and he's flailing around, and basically he kept, you know, flapping his arm and hitting Jackie, and I'm like, dude. Then finally Jackie grabs him by the neck. Okay. And I'm like, oh, wow. You know? Wow. And we'll just say that she said some things that we'll just say the Apostle Paul may not have said in his, you know, walks. And long story short, the dude vamoosed, all right?
Yeah.
And we had no more challenge. And I had to say,
that's awesome.
That was really, you know, so any of y'all who don't think that women empowerment is a good thing, you've never seen your woman grab a dude by the neck, okay? Because I'll tell you that right there will change your opinion on that. So
that's
no,
incredible.
it was great. It was a great show too. I mean, we've seen those guys. We went to Viva and saw them there, and no, it's a killer show. And so they're great guys. And I think that night too, the Unknown Henson was there. Oh, so cool. Yeah, that was and he's a trip. If you ever, you know, if you even know who that is, he's early Kyler on the Squidbillies. If you know that show,
yeah,
he's an actual music personality. Anyway, so great artist. That being said, we're talking about other people. We're actually talking about you. So, so your next venue is going to be at Puckett's.
Pruitt's. I misspoke earlier.
Oh, okay.
It'll be on Pruitt's on top of Signal Mountain.
I know that Pruitt's. No, that's great. Yeah. So I never played at Pruitt's before. I've played at a few other places up there, but you know, Signal Mountain's a great little community. They love live music. Yeah. There's a lot of really talented artists on Signal. And so welcome to the club,
Yeah.
right? So that's a cool thing.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
So we need to get more stuff going on. And I know that Signal's got the Mac up there, and they do quite a bit. I helped with, well, I shouldn't say helped with. I mean, we attended some of when they did the Nightfall thing for the shut-in. That turned out real nice. Dan Landra was involved, and Jamie Blanton, and a lot of these other guys. But there were some, like we used to play at Ayala's restaurant off of Taft Highway or 127. And then I know that obviously Pruitt's. And then whatever happened to that Mountain Opry? What happened? It just kind of died.
Oh, yeah. I remember hearing about that, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's a shame. So,
Yeah.
anyways. All right. So, that being said, so you got a show at Pruitt's coming up. And do you do any other kind of regular gigging, or just kind of when it pops up?
Well, right now I've been so focused on getting all of the EP finished and then booking shows that'll happen around that EP release.
Gotcha.
So right now I'm just focused on that and getting all of that done.
We
because
need
I
to
work
get you up in
full-time.
Dayton. What?
Yeah, I work full time, so then trying to do music stuff, you gotta fit in stuff when you can.
We need to get you up in Dayton. You know, Dayton has got per capita a way better music scene for professional artists than Chattanooga. Way better.
Okay, where should I go?
Well, I would say, and again, feel free to chime in, y'all, but I know that Jacob Myers appeals more to it's the weekend.
Yeah.
Let's put our Canadian club visor on and act like idiots while we listen to a classic rock band. That's great. And but then you have Carabelle's. Carabelle's is I would call it upscale, right? It's an upscale casual eatery that has music on, I want to say it's Thursday nights, which is a great night because it kickstarts the weekend, but it's also kind of, for a professional musician, a harder night to book.
Oh, okay.
Right? You know, Fridays and Saturdays, that's your gravy.
Yeah.
Mondays and Tuesdays are the, slowest nights. So those are even somewhat easier to book because that's when Dollar Long Neck at the Mexican restaurant is.
Yeah.
So Thursday's a good night. And then, of course, we have our favorite places in Dayton. Ayala's and El Toro both support live music. And they're two family-owned, phenomenal Mexican restaurants. And I'm going to just say this to all y'all Chattanooga people. Prove me wrong. There is not a better a Mexican restaurant in Chattanooga. Dayton's got it going on. I mean, seriously, it's the balls. You guys just have to experience it to understand my quote. But no, they both support live music. And when I say support, I mean this isn't like, oh, you get a meal and a pat on the back. I mean, no. So there's a lot going on in the Ray County area. So we'll have to get you plugged in a little bit more.
Absolutely, I'd love to.
So yeah, I mean, we work hard to make sure that this is a cool music town. So. Anyways, all right. So I know that you all are like, dude, we hear you all the time at the music store. We're not really into your whole stuff, but that's fine. So how about you treat us to one more song, and you can kind of play us out. But before I leave, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want you to go to socials and follow this amazing artist. If you're in the area at Pruitt's up on Signal Mountain, was it this weekend?
It's in a few weekends.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
In
look up
July.
Pruitt's. Hey, here comes the Chattanooga Choo Choo. Then make sure to go and check her out if you're in the area. But otherwise, keep your eye on this young lady because, again, phenomenal talent. And we're so happy that you were able to come here tonight and share your craft with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really
No, I mean,
appreciate
this is awesome. So go ahead and play us another tune. And again, thank you guys so much for watching.
All right. This one's called High School Reunion. When our hats flew up, we hit the ground running, had to prove we could make ourselves something. We could see our name on the local news. In 10 years we knew we'd make them regret it, make all the doubters seem real pathetic, and they'd applaud when we walked in the room. But it's really hard, oh my Lord, to find dreams you can't afford. You gotta buy food, make rent, get paid, and soon a day turns into a decade. Well, let's raise a glass. The past 10 years really kicked our class, but we'll just keep on trying until we all start dying. If we pray, maybe we can get it done before the next high school reunion. We put name tags on, but it's all for show. We creep Facebook, so we already know who lost their hair and who lost their mind. We talk glory days and the weather, think how we all used to look better and try to hide all our wrinkle lines. But it's really hard to try and find creams that can rewind time. You gotta scrub hard and moisturize, and then a decade's gone before your eyes. Well, let's raise a glass. The past 10 years really kicked our class. We'll just keep on trying until we all start dying. If we pray, maybe we can get it done before the next high school reunion. So pull up your Spanx and just give thanks to God that this ain't the end. We got another 10 to try and win before we have to do this again. And that's a reason to raise a glass, 'cause the past 10 years really kicked our class. But we'll just keep on trying until we all start dying. If we pray, maybe we can get it done before the next high school reunion. If we fail, then we'll just bail on the next high school reunion.